Jesus of Nazareth, 1977, is one of the most revered biblical miniseries ever made, praised for its powerful storytelling, breathtaking performances, and historical authenticity. With an extraordinary cast, the series left a lasting impact on audiences worldwide and remains a classic to this day. However, as time has passed, many of the talented actors who brought this epic to life are no longer with us. In this video, we honor 37 actors from Jesus of Nazareth who have sadly passed away, reflecting on their unforgettable performances, remarkable careers, and the legacy they left behind. Ernest Borgnine played the centurion at 60, portraying a battle-hardened soldier shaken by Christ's crucifixion. A Hollywood powerhouse, he won an Oscar for Marty, 1955, but was often cast as gruff, violent characters. His personal life was equally turbulent. He married 5 times, most infamously to Ethel Merman, whose 38-day marriage to him ended so bitterly she dedicated an entire chapter of her autobiography to its misery. His children, especially those from his marriage to Donna Rancourt, resented his absence, as he prioritized career over fatherhood. Known for his fiery temper, Borgnine often alienated colleagues, leading to periods of professional struggle. In his later years, the once vigorous actor battled painful arthritis and kidney failure, which left him weak and dependent on care. On July 8, 2012, at 95, he succumbed to renal failure, his body worn down by time and the isolation that came with outliving his contemporaries. And Bancroft portrayed Mary Magdalene in Jesus of Nazareth, 1977, at 46, bringing depth to the woman torn between past sins and newfound faith. A commanding actress, she won an Oscar for The Miracle Worker, 1962, and became iconic in The Graduate, 1967, but despite her success, she often felt trapped by Hollywood's limited roles for women. Her marriage to comedian Mel Brooks lasted over 40 years, but their contrasting personalities, his relentless humor, her introspective nature, sometimes created emotional distance. Their only son, Max Brooks, grew up feeling the weight of his parents' fame, and regretted missing parts of his childhood due to her career. As she aged, she struggled with self-worth, fearing she had been forgotten by the industry she once ruled. In her final years, uterine cancer left her physically and emotionally drained. She passed away on June 6, 2005, at 73, leaving behind a legacy of brilliance overshadowed by internal battles. Valentina Cortese portrayed Herodias at 54, capturing the ruthless queen's manipulative nature. A star in European cinema, she was best known for Day for Night, 1973, which earned her an Oscar nomination, yet Hollywood never fully embraced her. She fell deeply in love with actor Richard Basehart, marrying him and having their only son, Jackie, but their relationship crumbled under the weight of his alcoholism and instability. When Jackie developed a severe illness and passed away young, Valentina was shattered, retreating into isolation. Alcohol became her solace, further dimming the luminous presence she once had. Though she was revered in Italy, she felt abandoned by the international industry that had once courted her. She spent her final years in solitude, her once dazzling world reduced to quiet mourning. On July 10, 2019, at 96, she passed away, a woman who had seen the heights of fame but died in the depths of grief. James Farentino played Simon Peter at 39, embodying the devoted yet flawed disciple. A charismatic actor, he built a successful career with roles in Dynasty and Blue Thunder, but personal demons led to his downfall. His romantic life was volatile, married 4 times. His most infamous relationship was with Tina Sinatra, whom he was arrested for stalking in 1994 after their breakup. This scandal destroyed his reputation, leading to lost roles and financial ruin. His struggles with substance abuse further alienated him from Hollywood and his family, including his 2 sons, David and Saverio. Once a sought-after leading man, he became a forgotten figure, his later years marked by ill health and loneliness. On January 24, 2012, at 73, he died from complications of a broken hip, a tragic end to a man who had once been destined for greatness but succumbed to his own self-destruction. Tony Lo Bianco played Quintilius in Jesus of Nazareth in 1977 at the age of 41, embodying the rigid and calculating nature of a Roman official loyal to the empire. Though he gained recognition in The French Connection, 1971, he struggled to maintain his status in Hollywood, often cast in supporting roles that failed to elevate his career. His personal life was equally turbulent. He endured 2 painful divorces, both of which left him emotionally drained and financially burdened. Without children, he faced profound loneliness in his later years, relying on sporadic television appearances to sustain himself. As he aged, his health declined rapidly, and he was diagnosed with prostate cancer, a battle he fought largely in isolation. On June 11, 2024, at the age of 87, he passed away, his final years marked by illness and solitude, his legacy fading as the industry moved on without him. James Earl Jones played Balthazar in Jesus of Nazareth, 1977, at the age of 46, portraying one of the wise men who sought the newborn Christ. His deep, resonant voice made him one of the most iconic actors in history, lending his talent to Star Wars as Darth Vader and The Lion King as Mufasa. Yet behind the power of his voice lay a man who struggled with profound insecurity. A severe stutter in his youth left him withdrawn, and though he overcame it, the scars of childhood rejection never fully healed. His marriages, though lasting, were often strained by his reclusive tendencies, and he had one son, Flynn Earl Jones, with second wife Cecilia Hart. His later years were plagued by worsening health, with diabetes slowly eroding his strength. He passed away on September 9, 2024, at the age of 93. After years of physical suffering, his powerful presence diminished by the cruelty of time. James Mason portrayed Joseph of Arimathea at 68, bringing dignity and solemnity to the role of the nobleman who provided Jesus with a proper burial. Though celebrated for A Star is Born, 1954, and Lolita, 1962, Mason's personal life was fraught with turmoil. His marriage to Pamela Mason was a bitter, highly publicized disaster, filled with accusations of infidelity and years of vicious legal battles. The couple had 2 children, Portland and Morgan, yet Mason remained emotionally detached, leaving them with little paternal affection. Financial mismanagement and extravagant spending drained his wealth, forcing him to accept roles beneath his talent just to stay afloat. In his later years, he withdrew from the public eye, his health deteriorating rapidly. On July 27, 1984, at 75, he suffered a fatal heart attack, dying alone, a once great actor brought low by a lifetime of personal missteps. Donald Pleasence brought Melchior to life in Jesus of Nazareth at 58, embodying the wisdom and foresight of the Magi who recognized Jesus as a king. Known for his chilling performance as Dr. Loomis in Halloween, 1978, Pleasence's career was a blend of prestige and pulp, his unnerving intensity making him a sought-after character actor. Yet, his personal life was a maze of misfortune. Married 4 times, each union crumbled under the weight of his obsessive work ethic and emotional detachment. He fathered 5 children but was often absent, consumed by his relentless pursuit of roles. Loneliness, despite his fame, became his constant companion. His health declined rapidly in his later years, a heart condition weakening him until he required surgery. On February 2, 1995, he succumbed to complications post-surgery at the age of 75, his life a testament to both artistic triumph and profound solitude. Laurence Olivier took on the role of Nicodemus in Jesus of Nazareth at the age of 70, bringing a sense of intellectual curiosity and restrained reverence to the character. A towering figure in theater and film, Olivier was hailed as one of the greatest actors of all time, but behind the applause lay a life riddled with anguish. His turbulent marriage to Vivien Leigh was plagued by mental illness, infidelity, and cruelty, both emotional and physical. Though he remarried, happiness remained elusive, his heart always burdened by the ghosts of his past. Professionally, his later years were fraught with illness, his once commanding voice weakened, his legendary stage presence reduced to fleeting appearances. The indignity of aging stripped him of the power he once held over audiences. In his final years, he was ravaged by renal failure and myopathy, his once great body deteriorating into frailty. He passed away on July 11, 1989, at the age of 82. Christopher Plummer played Herod Antipas in Jesus of Nazareth at the age of 48, bringing to life the ruler whose moral weakness led to John the Baptist's execution. A brilliant actor, Plummer's career flourished in films like The Sound of Music, 1965, and Beginners, 2010, but his personal life was a fractured mess. He married 3 times, with his first 2 marriages ending in heartbreak. His first wife left him, exhausted by his alcoholism and mercurial temperament. His daughter, Amanda, grew up estranged from him, their relationship never fully mended. For years, Plummer drowned his regrets in alcohol, sabotaging opportunities and friendships alike. Though he found stability later in life, he could never fully escape the damage of his earlier years. In 2021, tragedy struck when he suffered a severe fall at home, causing a head injury that led to his rapid decline. He died on February 5, 2021, at the age of 91, his final years marked by solitude and the inescapable weight of time. Fernando Rey played Gaspar in Jesus of Nazareth in 1977 at the age of 61, portraying one of the wise men who recognized Jesus as the true king. While his character symbolized wisdom and clarity, Rey's own journey was fraught with professional struggles and personal disappointments. A highly regarded actor in European cinema, he gained international recognition in The French Connection, but despite his immense talent, Hollywood rarely offered him leading roles. He married actress Mabel Carr, and though their union lasted, they were unable to have children, a painful void in their lives. His later years were marked by declining health, and when he was diagnosed with bladder cancer, he endured a long, painful battle. Determined to keep working despite his frailty, he continued acting until his body could no longer withstand the disease. He passed away on March 9, 1994, at 76, his final years overshadowed by illness and the quiet sorrow of unrealized dreams. Anthony Quinn played Caiaphas in Jesus of Nazareth in 1977 at the age of 62, embodying the high priest who orchestrated Jesus' condemnation to protect his own authority. Quinn's commanding presence on screen mirrored his larger-than-life persona, but behind his success lay a life of excess and personal turmoil. A 2-time Academy Award winner, he gained fame with Zorba the Greek and Lawrence of Arabia, yet his relentless ambition strained his personal relationships. He married 3 times and had numerous affairs, including a scandalous one with his secretary that resulted in a child while he was still married to his second wife, Iolanda. This betrayal led to a costly divorce, and though he fathered 13 children, his frequent absences and emotional detachment created resentment. Financial mismanagement and failed investments later forced him to sell cherished possessions, and he spent his final years struggling with health issues. Respiratory failure ultimately claimed his life on June 3, 2001, at 86. Ralph Richardson portrayed Simeon in Jesus of Nazareth in 1977 at the age of 75, playing the devout prophet who recognized Jesus as the Messiah before passing away in peace. In stark contrast, Richardson's own life was filled with loss and unspoken grief. His first wife, Muriel Hewitt, whom he adored, died young, leaving him devastated. Though he later remarried, he was never able to fully move on, and his son Charles often felt emotionally neglected. Despite being one of Britain's most respected actors, his later years were marked by physical decline. A severe stroke robbed him of his ability to speak, leaving him isolated and frustrated. The once powerful performer, who had commanded the stage with his voice, found himself trapped in silence. He died on October 10, 1983, At 80, spending his final days in loneliness, far removed from the vibrant career that had defined his life. Rod Steiger played Pontius Pilate in Jesus of Nazareth in 1977 at the age of 52, portraying the Roman governor torn between political pressure and personal doubt. Much like his character's inner turmoil, Steiger's own life was plagued by deep struggles. Despite winning an Oscar for In the Heat of the Night, he battled lifelong depression, which contributed to his 5 failed marriages. His divorce from Claire Bloom was especially painful, leading to estrangement from his daughter, which he never fully recovered from. As his career declined, financial difficulties and worsening health pushed him further into isolation. He suffered from chronic illnesses, including diabetes and kidney failure, which left him physically weakened. In his final years, he was in and out of hospitals, and pneumonia ultimately took his life on July 9, 2002, at 77, leaving behind a career overshadowed by personal demons and unresolved heartache. Peter Ustinov played Herod the Great in Jesus of Nazareth in 1977 at the age of 56, channeling the paranoia and ruthlessness of the infamous ruler whose thirst for power led to the massacre of innocent children. Ustinov was a man of many talents, an actor, writer, and raconteur, but for all his wit and charisma, his life was far from harmonious. His first 2 marriages ended in divorce, leaving him embittered, and though he finally found some stability with his 3rd wife, Helene Dulau Dialemans, his relationships with his children were distant at best. His son, Igor, often spoke of feeling overshadowed by his father's overwhelming presence. Though he entertained millions with his sharp humor, his own heart grew weary with time. In his final years, he suffered from heart failure, his once boundless energy reduced to labored breaths. On March 28, 2004, at the age of 82, Peter Ustinov succumbed to his failing health. Who's your favorite character in Jesus of Nazareth? How do you feel knowing that the actors have passed away? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss future videos. Thank you so much.